Okay, it's probably a time for an update. I spent the last week hanging out in Colorado with my family to get acclimated to the elevation. So Denver's at 5,280 feet, and I'm going to start at 7 and go down to 2 and come back up to 7. So I think they said it was a 4,500 foot change in elevation over 9 miles. It's it's a 3,500 foot change over 4.5 miles. So it's an easy part for the first walk, and then the second part of the walk's pretty difficult. I'm going to show you a campsite. I just got set up. Okay, so here's the truck backed into my site, and then there's my magnificent tent, which isn't nailed down. Has rocks inside of it because the nails won't go into the ground. Put rocks inside corners just to keep it in place. Hopefully there's no wind, so things should be good. Okay, so I talked to the park ranger, asked her a bunch of questions. She told me what time, to get started between 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. To avoid the worst of the heat. The worst of the heat's from 10 to 3:30. Height Phantom Ranch is going to be 94 degrees tomorrow. The low is 58 degrees. Talked to her a little bit about my pack, said it weighed 40 pounds. She said you probably have too much stuff in it. So I got rid of my rain gear. I got rid of the rain fly on the tent. I've gotten rid of this sleeping bag for right now. It's only supposed to get down to 58 degrees, so it's supposed to be pretty nice down there. She wanted me to get rid of the tent, and I'm like, I'm not comfortable doing that, so we'll see. I'm still debating on whether I'm going to take the mattress pad, but yeah, I pulled a lot of weight out of the backpack, so I mean, I'll have 6 pounds of water with me. I got water stops every 1.5 miles. It should be good. So I'll get started early tomorrow morning. Probably just go to the bus stop, take the bus to the trailhead, and then head out. Looking forward to it. Right now I'm gonna go get some food because I drove for the last 6 hours to get here to Grand Canyon. I'm gonna get all my views of the Grand Canyon tomorrow and on Sunday. Okay, not the way I planned to start today, but I'm headed out at 6:51. I didn't get coffee. I'm gonna have to figure that out on the way down. I do have coffee with me. I've got water. I've got a pack. Didn't have a great night's sleep. I took what I think I need. We'll see how all that works out. Okay, it took me 5 minutes to get here. If you look, you can see that's a long way to go down. Somewhere up there is the top. That's the first tunnel. I'm headed to the second tunnel. The famous sign everybody shows. This is what sunrise looks at the Grand Canyon. The next sign, Bright Angel Trail, here we go. Okay, I've been walking for about 10 minutes, and that house on the hill is where I started. All right, I think I've made it to 1.5 mile mark in about 45 minutes, maybe 46. So whatever that is, half mile every 15 minutes. Which I'm going back be the same, or I mean double that. So hour and a half, get back up. That's where I came from. Way up there. The second leg of the trip has been not as steep. Still steep, but not as steep. I made it to 3 Mile break point. And you can see the rocks have changed again. One thing that's interesting is I think all my other shots have me being above that peak, and now I'm below it, so really making my way down. Tons of fun. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I've got, I'm at the 3 Mile rest area. It's about, I don't know, 70 degrees down here, I think is what my thermometer says. So still in the shade, so things are looking pretty good. It's like Cactus Alley. You kind of stay on that narrow trail and not back up. All right, made it to Huvasapai Falls Garden. Huvasapai Garden. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. I'll figure it out later. It's about 3 hours to get from the top to here. So moving right along. Should level out a little bit. Things are all good. First waterfall. I'm getting down into the green stuff. If you had a fear of heights, this would cure it. That's Devil's Corkscrew I have to go down. I think that's the last hard climb I have today. Well, I made it to Colorado River. The rapids. 20 more minutes to campsite. It's about 12:30 and I got 20 more minutes to the campsite. Well, it's about 80 degrees and it's coming up on 1:45. I can see the bridge, but I need to break. I'm tired. Been a long day, and it's only a half day. All right, let's take a look at this campsite. There's my one-man tent. I left my rainfly in the truck for less weight. I did bring my sleeping bag and my mat that I bought and a military blanket. We'll see if I need those tonight. I needed them last night. See, pretty small area. There's just one man. That's where I put my food so the animals don't get to it. There's my backpack. All going pretty well so far. All right, it took me somewhere from like 7 to between 1 and 2 to get here. That's 7 hours. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and my thermometer says it's 90 degrees, but it doesn't feel bad in the shade. Yeah, I'm not suffering at all. In the sun, it's bad. There was a thermometer down the by the bridge that said in the sun was 120 degrees. I don't know if I buy that. Doesn't feel like it's 120, but it's definitely hot in the sun. Being in the shade is good. Hopefully I'll have good shade in the morning. Well, I made it to the gardens. Huvasapai Garden. It's got 4.5 miles to the rim. I left about 6 o'clock this morning. Took me about 2 hours and 40 minutes to get here. I'm taking a good long break. See the mules there? I don't know if they're headed up or down. I didn't see them come down, so some must be headed up.
Hey there.
Everybody wants to be a cowboy. It's all time to be a cowboy. So I think that's 3 Mile rest stop on the hill there. It's 10:17. I'm probably not going to get there by 10:30, but making progress. Of course, this is all the easy part of the hike. I lied. I did make it here by 10:30. 10:31. I hang out here for a little bit, and then I got the 3 hard miles to do. The next 1.5 will be harder than this 1.5, and the last 1.5 will be the hardest of all. It's been brutal coming back up. I counted 20 switchbacks from mile 3 to mile 1.5. I think I've completed 12. Yeah, I've got 11 to go. I've completed 9. So about halfway there. Maybe you can see people on the ridge up there. Some of these switchbacks are long. So just because I say I'm halfway there isn't necessarily true. It looks like this 11 goes for a while. I have no idea if I filmed this going down on a horizontal or a vertical. So I'm filming it again. Okay, this is what I have left to finish this. That house on the hill, that's the start of the trail. So finished 2:13 in the afternoon, started at 6 a.m. and I'm done.
Hiking Bright Angel was a great experience. If you look at this map, you can see the difficult areas were here and here, between 3 Mile and 1.5 mile, and then the summit. Down here is where Havasupai Gardens are. That was a pretty good place to call a midpoint. And then the camp is down here, about 5 miles from Havasupai Gardens. It's a great experience. Glad I got to do it. Think if you have water, food, definitely focus on how you keep your pack as light as possible. I think it's really possible to get down there, spend the night, come back, and have a great experience. Very much enjoyed it.